Hello everybody, welcome back. So, a bit rough over here, I can tell you. I don't know what I've got now. Some kind of virus, super bug. It's made me sick, made me ache. Anyway, you don't need to know any more about that. But yeah, I'm going to make this video now, then go straight back to bed. Hopefully I get a little bit of empathy for my kids. Right, talking about Shib. Shib's been like pretty awesome as far as a trade setup's concerned, and continuation from this major big breakout that we had all the way back sort of a million years ago, really. The peak of that alt season that began from its around October, so about a year ago, really. Nice big pump, consolidation into the golden cross, huge parabolic pump. A lot of the other meme coins did the same. But since then, it's basically consolidated, and through the consolidation, it's sort of broken out of the trend line, retested the trend line, sort of ended up with a massive wick down here, which does correspond to more or less the previous top. And then from there, it's crept back up. But if we're looking at it on the daily, we've had this spring, we've reclaimed Bollinger Bands, and then from there we've rejected on the 200 and then retested, and now we're moving back up again. Outside of this horizontal, which is nice. The pump signal exists on the Itchy Cloud. I suppose you could argue that it's played. But also, if we look back at the 4 hourly, the 4 hourly also looks really good. So we've got the Golden Cross, continuation of that, full on retest of it, a double tap of that retest, and then back up, up, and away. So out of most of the charts that I look at, I suppose that are in my top 10 that I sort of, that I hold close to me, that I like to try and trade. Shib stands out as like a very neat and tidy chart. So since this last retest of that golden cross from the 4 hourly, we've managed to get back above all moving averages, and just on this last 4 hourly, retested the 50 exponential, the 10 exponential, the 21 exponential, and this horizontal. So it does look like it's ready to go all the way back up to areas that it recently saw. So what do you call it? All the zeros. 2-0, 2-1, 2-2, and maybe beyond that. When it comes to momentum, clear breakout of momentum over here as well. So turning up on RSI, money flow index, and the MACD. Same thing with the daily. Not overheated, no bearish divergence. Basically just reset and ready to go back up again. So most obvious place really on the daily is to be cautious and target the 200 simple moving average, which currently sits up at around 2,000 flat really, and with that the expectation that a resistance could break. Well, you shouldn't really expect it. I mean, but yeah, and that's a nice little target anyway from a trade perspective. I mean, it is ripe for that. Obviously, the market needs to hold itself together at this area, otherwise it's not going to be able to do it. I very much doubt Shib can do anything on its own. It does need the rest of the market to build a foundation for it to move up. But that's a tasty trade to begin with, 13. But from a hodl perspective, this also looks really ripe as well. Obviously, a huge, massive move, horrendous bear market consolidation. But then when we turn it up on this one, it's for something that trades at such high volume. This is really only just getting started. We can see the momentum has broken out. We can see the money flow index is effectively broken out, and we're getting quite close now to a weekly breakout. Just got a couple of days to close that. If we make a close like that, I would say that in the immediate time frame, based on a weekly, so we're talking months really, we should see ourselves reclaim this previous local high, and maybe even go on to make a new all-time high. Now, that is a significant statement. I imagine that's going to cause all kinds of crazy things on the comments, and I imagine that lots of people will also throw their entire net worth into it because somebody said it might do that. Don't do that. But if you are a Shib holder, then you should be sitting pretty happy with the way that things look on all three of those major time frames. Again, the market, we need the market to behave, which also means we need all these other countries to behave. There's a lot of volatility that are going to go. It could get caused outside of the chart. We're talking geopolitics, wars, even the election as well. So we've got all this madness which could pump or dump the charts without looking at the technicals anyway. But from the technical perspective, and again, remember it's extremely volatile. If this goes wrong, it would be terrible. It would be horrible. But if it goes right, the way it looks right now, I reckon before Christmas we could be looking for a new all-time high, and that would be pretty sweet. Right, there's nothing much more to say than that. Got to go and nurse my throat, get back into bed. And hopefully it'll be well enough to do a live stream tonight, hopefully. Other than that, I hope you have a nice day and take it easy.